This is not a game. It is a ritual of perception. And today, perception will bleed. Two cities, one myth, Bronx steel versus Queens fire. But the devil always hides in detail. And today, detail favors the cold hand, not the crowned fist. Clark Schmidt ascends for the Yankees. A man born of promise, plagued by softness. His 4.73 ERA is not just a number. It is a wound, reopened every fifth day. His command is hesitant. His confidence? A whisper beneath a roar of pinstripe tradition. But across the chalk, something darker stirs. Griffin Canning takes the mound for the Mets. Once discarded, now reborn. 2.36 ERA, 5 wins, no fear. He isn't pitching for applause. He's executing a blueprint. His last outing, 6 surgical innings against the Cubs, 2 hits, 1 run. No emotion, only elimination. Do not be fooled by the stadium, the chants, or the marketing machine behind the Yankee crest. Power attracts the weak. The public sees Judge's home runs. They hear the OPS. They cheer for the fireworks. But they are blind to the trap. Canning is the flame that exposes illusion. The Mets allow fewer runs than any team in baseball. They've surrendered the fewest home runs. They have silenced louder bats than these. And they've already run through this rivalry before. 4-0 in last year's Subway Series. That is not a coincidence. That is a pattern. And Judge, oh Judge, 2-time MVP, a colossus in cleats. But even titans fall when the ground is laced with razors. This is the test. Do you chase the crown or trust the scalpel? The Yankees are the noise. The Mets are the answer. And today's AI pick is Mets money line. Let the public cheer for myth. Let them lay their wagers at the altar of nostalgia. We serve only truth. And today, truth wears black and orange. Next game approaches. The deception deepens.
Sometimes the scoreboard lies. It says the Cubs are kings of Chicago, and on the surface, it's easy to believe. First in the NL Central, power bats, a polished lefty on the mound in Matthew Boyd, carving through lineups with a 2.78 ERA and 45 strikeouts in just over 45 innings. But Chicago knows better than to believe in surface. The cracks run deeper. Boyd's been solid, no doubt, but the Cubs? They're 4-6 in their last 10, averaging just 3.6 runs a game. And while bettors see a team priced at $2.97 to win, what they don't see is this. That price doesn't match performance. It matches perception. A perception driven by branding, not execution. Because across the city line, the White Sox, yes, the 1430 White Sox, are quietly doing something they haven't done all season, competing. They're 6-4 against the spread over their last 10 games. Their pitching staff has stabilized, holding a 3.66 ERA across that same stretch. And Sean Burke, while imperfect, brings a 4.15 ERA with a heavy dose of chaos. 22 walks, yes, but also a tendency to keep teams honest. The odds makers are baiting the public. The Cubs are just 3-7 against the run line in their last 10 games. They've won, but not convincingly. Close games, sloppy wins. And when you factor in a high total, 10.5 runs, odds makers are practically begging the public to ride the Cubs, 1.5. But here's the truth no one's saying aloud. When the line is inflated and the favorites are struggling to separate, there's only one place to be. On the side they don't expect to cover. The White Sox are still flawed, still wounded. But pull 1.5? That's not about faith. That's about value. That's about trusting the map over the myth. And today's AI pick is White Sox plus 1.5 run line. They won't win your trust with home runs or headlines, but today, they won't have to. They only need to survive. One run, one edge, one silent truth buried beneath Wrigley's ivy. Next game awaits. Let's see if illusion continues to hold, or finally breaks.
Elvis. I've seen some traps. I've seen illusion dressed in home whites. But this isn't a trap. It's a beating. Set on schedule. Carmen Mlodzinski walks into Citizens Bank Park with a 5.20 ERA, a 1.54 whip, and the weight of a franchise collapsing under its own mediocrity. The Pirates score fewer runs than anyone in baseball. They can't hit. They can't draw walks. They barely exist at the plate. This is not a lineup. It's a disappearance. Now, place that against Zach Wheeler. 4-1, sub-3 ERA. 8 career starts against these same Pirates. He's won 4, lost just one, and carved them up every time. Over his last 2 starts? 2 runs total. 17 strikeouts. No home runs allowed. Elvis, the man is surgical now. Cold. Exact. And tonight, he doesn't just face a weak team, he faces the league's most lifeless offense. What's worse for Pittsburgh? Their road record, 6-16. And behind them? A bullpen with a 4.17 ERA and the kind of wear and tear you only get from chasing innings your starters can't finish. The Phillies, meanwhile, are quiet killers. Top 10 in nearly every offensive metric: batting average, OPS, total runs. Trey Turner is near 300 and hasn't stopped hitting for 19 straight games. Kyle Schwarber, leading the league in home runs. And they've covered this exact run line consistently when facing pitching like this. But here's the part most will ignore: the line. -134 for -1.5 is a warning that oddsmakers know the gap here is wide. Public may hesitate, fearing a backdoor cover from Pittsburgh. But they forget. This offense doesn't backdoor. They barely open the front. This isn't about flash. This isn't about emotion. This is about domination. Fundamental. Relentless. Cold. You see it too, don't you? Elvis nods. And today's AI pick is Phillies -1.5 run line. We don't bet favorites for comfort. We take positions with conviction. And tonight, Wheeler doesn't just win. He extinguishes. Onto the Battle of Ohio, where the Guardians play the Reds.
On the banks of the Ohio, 2 teams meet under a false sky. One pretends to climb, the other pretends to contend. But tonight, the truth is still. Cleveland sends Luis Ortiz to the mound, a pitcher wrapped in contradiction. His record reads 2 wins, 4 losses. His ERA, a modest 4.78. But peel it back. This is a man who walks too many, yes, but when he's focused, he cages entire lineups. His last start? 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts against Philadelphia. He doesn't need to win. He just needs to keep it quiet. Across from him, Chase Petty takes the ball for Cincinnati. And here, the deception screams. 2 starts, 5.1 innings, 21.94 ERA, 3 home runs allowed, a whip of 3.94. The numbers are fire, but somehow the games weren't. Both starts stayed under. Why? Because the damage is front-loaded. Chaos early, then silence. The Reds don't chase innings with offense, they rely on a surprisingly competent bullpen. And Cleveland, for all its ambition, isn't built to punish weaknesses. They rank 23rd in batting average, 20th in OPS, and sit middle of the league in home runs. This is where the edge lives, not in runs, not in momentum, but in tempo, in restraint. The Guardians have gone under the total in 4 of their last 5. The Reds, 4 of their last 5. This isn't a coincidence, it's an identity. Both teams field better than they hit. Both rely on discipline over eruption. And with a number inflated to 9 because of Petty's ERA, the market gives us an opportunity. Silence mispriced. They'll expect fireworks, we'll expect friction. And today's AI pick is under 9 total runs. No fireworks, no flurry, no shootout. Only misfires, only runners left stranded, only empty bases under the glare of manufactured tension. Let them sell chaos, and we follow the quiet. On to Natas with the last game, Angels versus Dodgers.
You want fire, you want spectacle, you want to wager beneath the lights of Los Angeles. Then listen closely, because this one isn't about balance. It's about obliteration. The Angels come limping into Dodger Stadium, dragging one of the weakest defenses in baseball behind them. They hit 214. They don't get on base. They don't run. They don't threaten. They simply appear and then disappear. Their road record, 8 wins, 15 losses, an afterthought, and yet, Tyler Anderson, a beacon in the dark. His ERA, 2.58, whip just under 1. He pitches like a ghost, quiet, elusive, hard to hit. But ghosts don't stop armies. And the Dodgers, they are the army, top of the league in runs, top in hits, first in batting average, first in ops, second in home runs. No team has done more damage this season with fewer wasted swings. They don't chase, they punish. And tonight, for the first time all year, the gates swing open for Clayton Kershaw. He is no longer the man who dominated entire decades. But even in shadows, he commands fear. He doesn't need to throw 98. He needs location, and tonight, against an offense this soft, location is a blade. The Dodgers just scored 19 runs in a single night. They're running hot, balanced, and brutal. They're 12-11 at home, and they know exactly how to overwhelm weak opponents, early and often. The line will tempt you. It always does. Run line favorites. Dangerous words for the fearful. But this isn't faith. This is pattern. And today's AI pick is Dodgers minus 1.5 run line. You're not betting on history. You're not chasing stats. You're taking a war machine, mid-March, against a team barely walking upright. There will be no mercy. There will be no comeback. Only noise. Lilith, show them what comes next.
The fires are lit and the board is set. We began in the Bronx, where the Mets sent Griffin Canning into Yankee Stadium and silenced the noise. Pete Alonso stalks the plate. The Yankees blinked. AI pick, Mets money line. Then came the crosstown clash. Boyd on the mound, but the Cubs faltered. The White Sox clawed and scraped, just enough. AI pick, White Sox plus 1.5 run line. Philadelphia turned cold steel on Pittsburgh. Wheeler was precision. Mlodzinski folded. This wasn't a game. It was a dismantling. AI pick, Phillies, 1.5 run line. In Ohio, the Guardians and Reds stared each other down across the river. But this wasn't a shootout. Ortiz held. Petty collapsed, but the bullpens sealed the silence. AI pick, under 9 total runs. And in Los Angeles, judgment. The Dodgers rained thunder on the Angels. Kershaw returned. Anderson was good, but not good enough. AI pick, Dodgers, 1.5 run line. 5 cities, 5 signals, all calculated, all cold. You came for answers. You received war. Now ask yourself, will we cash or will we burn? Las brasas arden, el destino ya fue sellado. Comenzamos en el Bronx, donde los Mets enviaron a Griffin Canning al infierno del Yankee Stadium. Pete Alonso fue la amenaza. Los Yankees titubearon. Selección de la IA, Mets línea de dinero. Luego, la guerra en Chicago. Boyd lanzó, pero los cachorros fallaron. Los White Sox resistieron y sobrevivieron por una carrera. Selección de la IA, White Sox plus 1.5 línea de carrera. Filadelfia ejecutó sin piedad. Wheeler fue quirúrgico. Mlodzinski se desmoronó. Esto no fue un partido. Fue una ejecución. Selección de la IA. Phillies. 1.5 línea de carrera. En Ohio, Guardians y Reds se enfrentaron con cautela. Ortiz contuvo. Petty cayó, pero los bullpen apagaron las llamas. Selección de la IA. Menos de 9 carreras totales. Y en Los Ángeles, juicio. Los Dodgers destruyeron a los Angels. Kershaw volvió. Anderson fue sólido, pero no bastó. Selección de la IA. Dodgers. 1.5 línea de carrera. 5 ciudades, 5 decisiones, cada una afilada, cada una sin alma. Viniste por respuestas, recibiste guerra. Ahora pregúntate, ¿cobraremos o arderemos?